on June 5th.
Before he left for Camp David, President Biden said he's confident there could be a deal tonight.
Things are looking good, very optimistic. I hope we'll have some clear evidence tonight before the clock strikes 12 that we have a deal, but it's very close.
President Biden has said default is not an option, while adding there are competing visions for what America's budget will look like. Congress has adjourned for the holiday weekend, but lawmakers could be called back to vote if a deal is reached. Willie James Inman, CBS News, the White House.
A Cody, Wyoming police officer is suspended with pay tonight after body cam video is leaked of a recent traffic stop where officers use of force with a local teen. Well, the video given to us from YouTuber Lackluster chronicles the traffic stop in question back in January. The video shows Cody police officer Blake Stinson pulling over a teenage driver, accusing him of failing to yield for a pedestrian. When the teen asks to call his mother for help because he's underage, the encounter escalates. You can see in that body cam video that officers forcibly pull the teen out of the car. Then the car is searched. After charges were dismissed, the family has filed a formal complaint. Cody police says there's now an internal investigation into the officer's conduct, but results of that won't be released because of Wyoming state law.
Well, this weekend marks the unofficial start of summer, but more importantly, it's also that time that we remember those who sacrificed their lives fighting for our country. Senator Steve Daines will be the keynote speaker for the Memorial Day service at the Yellowstone National Cemetery in Laurel. It gets underway at noon on Monday. A little earlier that day at 10 a.m. in Billings, the Memorial Day ceremony will be held at Mount View Cemetery. Those are two of the biggest in our area, but there are many others taking place as well.
As we head into the long Memorial Day weekend, I know a lot of you will be counting on your phone to take a look at what's going on with the weather. So we thought we'd show you what we're looking at on the Q2 weather app for tonight. Now, here's where the showers and thunderstorms have been very heavy here at Billings off over on the left-hand side. But the radar shows how that very heavy rain has been moving up into Bighorn County throughout the evening. Now, if I switch this over into future mode, watch how the storm system will lift up and out of the way as we start getting into the evening and overnight hours. But there is the potential for more storms to be on the way. So download your free app. You can get it at your favorite app store. Meanwhile, we're going to break down the rest of the forecast details through the long weekend and heading into next week.
A grand opening in style as the Beartooth Pass kicks off its summer season.
Yeah, did you know that people have been driving that highway for 86 years? And today's opening felt like a step back in time as an old mode of Yellowstone transportation made an appearance.
MTN's Jackie Coffin was there as the gates opened, and she has the story.
The gates are open and the Beartooth Highway is back for another season. And to welcome visitors back to one of the best drives in America, the Red Lodge Chamber of Commerce treated some residents to a special ride that also takes you back in time. For hundreds of years, the Beartooth Pass was used by Native Americans, miners, hunters, trappers, explorers, and scouts. And in 1936, it opened to drivers looking for a path to Yellowstone National Park.
The buses used to run this road up to Yellowstone Park.
As the Beartooth Pass celebrated another season, a blast from the past was on display. As two historic buses that transported visitors through Yellowstone Park nearly 100 years ago made the trek once again.
We came up to celebrate the opening of the Beartooth Highway in 2023.
Yeah.
And it's just a fantastic opportunity to see what's going on.
The buses from 1925 and 1937 are carefully preserved by the Buses of Yellowstone Preservation Trust.
You travel 55, 60 miles an hour, you miss a lot of stuff. These buses go up the highway about 15 to 20 miles an hour.
And they greeted a line of eager travelers, waiting for the big moment and passage through. Heading up the highway first were cars full of backcountry skiers.
Should find some deep stuff still.
I'm pretty happy to be skiing no matter what. We're thinking there's going to be a little more snow than there is, but I don't know, we'll have a look.
And while modern cars might be faster, bus riders say slowing down to a century-old pace lets you take in all of the mountain's splendor.
It was really cool being able to stand up and really capture all the details and all the scenery. It has been a little bit of a life goal.
The Red Lodge Chamber of Commerce said it's a heartening sight after a hard year.
We're incredibly positive. We think there's a lot of people out there from last year that didn't get to come and enjoy. We're back in business. It's going to be fun.
In Red Lodge, Jackie Coffin, MTN News.
Still ahead on the MTN News at 10 here on Q2. This is National EMS Week, and we have some more on how critical those workers are and how are they thanked today in Billings.
And later in sports, all the highlights of state softball and track championships on the line.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching the MTN 10 o'clock news.
Emergency medical technicians, or EMTs, play a critical part in saving lives. Today, many of them were honored for their work.
Our Kelsey Marison met up with several at St. Vincent Healthcare at a special event today.
Where emergency care begins. That's this year's theme of National EMS Week. And on Friday at St. Vincent Healthcare, EMS practitioners were invited to a thank you barbecue, honoring the important work they do in the community.
It means a lot for them to show appreciation for us.
It was a way to say thank you to the men and women who were the first on scene following an emergency.
They're usually always pretty glad to see us come and help them out, and the ambulance come, get them to the hospital, and get their care that they need.
St. Vincent Healthcare grilling up burgers and hot dogs Friday as a small token of appreciation for those that provide life-saving work.
Transport is definitely the first echelon of care, and they do a great job of taking care of patients en route to our emergency department, and we want to honor that relationship.
And that recognition means the world to the practitioners.
I was out here for a nice little burger, and we're really glad to be here and get to see them in another side besides just on calls.
According to the American Ambulance Association, roughly 1/3 of all EMTs quit in 2021, meaning recognizing those who stuck with the trade is crucial. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics lists EMTs as one of the lowest paying jobs in healthcare, even though they are on the front line saving lives.
If there is an accident, we have that golden hour. First hour of care is the most important care that trauma patient will receive. They are vitally important to that initial care that the patient receives.
And while a nationwide shortage of EMTs still plagues the country, Yellowstone County is lucky to have these men and women who stuck with it.
We're really happy to celebrate our relationship with them, and I hope they feel appreciated for all the great work that they do.
And now they can continue providing life-saving care with full bellies.
It was really good. Yeah, I had a nice burger, so now I can save my lunch at the station for tomorrow.
In Billings, Kelsey Marison, MTN News.
Yeah, joining us again, storms continue to roll through the area. Will we see more of them over the weekend?
We're going to see at least a few more through tomorrow evening, and then they start to at least ease up a little bit on severity. We'll explain when we come back.
Storm Tracker weather starts now with meteorologist Ed McIntosh.
Let's start off with some of the pictures you've been sending us here this evening. Stacy, just a great picture. Catch all the colors in the evening sky here. Weather at ktvq.com. We always love getting your pictures. Beautiful scene as we start taking a look around the area today. It didn't seem to be a matter where we were by the time we got into the evening. Got a great shot of the colors in the sunset. But for much of the region, we're looking at showers, thunderstorms continuing to move in. So now live with the Stockman Bank weather cam this evening, we look at 67 for the warmest reading, 50 for the overnight low. So we were within 3 degrees of the average for the daytime high and the overnight low. And we picked up a couple of hundredths of an inch of precipitation at the Billings airport. We were right on the edge of what was really the very heavy weather system that moved in. This evening now we're sitting at 58 degrees with a calm wind, but the humidity up to 90%. So there is the possibility that we could see some fog first thing tomorrow morning. Let's take a look regionally. Here's Doppler radar up to the minute as we show some of those heavier rains continuing to move in north of Hardin now and the Coal Strip area. Custer, you picked up some pretty good rain out of this tonight. We had the potential for some flash flooding through Bighorn County, Montana throughout the evening as well. It's been active with areas of thunderstorms that are creating hail, gusty winds. In fact, here's a few of the reports. We had a cluster of hail reports from around Sheridan up to about the size of ping pong balls. There was some heavy rain around Custer, well over an inch, and then also at Rocky Point. Check out some of that heavy rain there that continued to move in, well over an inch of precipitation. Even a funnel cloud that developed right around the airport in Great Falls, spotted by a National Weather Service spotter there. Here's what's going on. We've got these showers, thunderstorms continuing to produce some very heavy rain here this evening. Not as much to the west of Billings, and pretty much anything from Billings into the mountain foothills has started to shut down. But this system will continue to lift up and away through the evening and overnight hours. And temperatures today, these are afternoon highs, mainly in the 60s across areas of the central and eastern portion of the state, and then 70s once we, well, rather into the eastern plains of Montana, into the western Dakotas, 70s to even low 80s this afternoon. So here's how things are looking for us as far as precipitation goes. We picked up 0.6 of an inch for you in Livingston. I mentioned the couple of hundredths in Billings, same thing in Miles City. And then Sheridan, you picked up over 0.8 of an inch of precipitation, nearly an inch in Glasgow. So you can see where we saw those pockets of heavier rain. Here's how it looks tonight. We look for those temperatures to drop down into the 50s. Still a thunderstorm watch into effect for these pink shaded areas from Bighorn County extending up towards Garfield County for you in Jordan. Still looking at the potential for some flooding overnight as well with the pockets of heavy rain that we're seeing. So we'll wake up to mainly the 50s first thing in the morning, and then these showers and thunderstorms as they lift away tonight will bring in another round of storms tomorrow afternoon. It doesn't look quite as intense, but there's still the potential for some strong to severe storms in the green and especially the yellow shaded areas by tomorrow afternoon. Here's the extended outlook for Billings. Temperatures in the 70s could bump the low 80s, at least a little chance of a shower or thunderstorm producing each afternoon across the entire area.
It's the final weekend of the high school sports year. We'll crown the final champions tomorrow on track, the tennis court, and of course the softball field.
Yeah, but to get there, softball teams had to win today. Central, Laurel, and Huntley Project all with a chance. Let's get to our state tournament roundup.
Top-seeded Columbia Falls against a young but talented Billings Central. A quiet 4 innings to start the game, but a shot at the middle from Gianna Haney sparks the bats for Billings Central. Tied at 0 at the top of 5. Courtney Hofer with the sacrifice to advance Haney. She'd scored 2 batters later off of this hard hit from Lydia Todd. But not for long, because with a runner on base, Demi Renzel goes yard to retake the lead 2-1 for Columbia Falls. Central with the equalizer at the top of 6 thanks to this hard hit from Haney. But with bases loaded, it's a 2-out rally for Columbia Falls. Sophie Robbins with the hard hit to right field, scoring not 1 but 2 runners for a 4-2 lead. Central would get one last chance in the 7th, but Maddie Moultrie retires her 8th batter of the evening to call game. Wildcats take this one 4-3.
Hey everyone, I'm Carter Culver, and I'm here at the Charlotte Yeoman softball fields in Anaconda for the undefeated semifinal of the state BNC softball tournament. Let's see who punched their ticket to Championship Saturday.
It was the Huntley Project Red Devils taking on the Conrad Shoto Cowdogs with a championship berth on the line. The Cowdogs got things going thanks to this RBI single from star dual-threat power hitter and pitcher Maggie Bender to put them up 1-0 in the first inning. Teammate Katie Stokes had some high stoke after this single here in the third, and she was driven home shortly